So here's some of the pedals I run. This is one I run on a smaller little board. I actually built it for a guitar player in my band, but I use it as kind of a church rig. And it just goes polytune into Kalamazoo into Soul Pressure, which I think is an extremely underrated pedal. I picked it up a long time ago, and it's been a killer tweed sounding overdrive. Really love it. Got a Julia. Kind of bounced it off my big board, and once I got a CE2, and really enjoy the CE2 a lot more. And then got the wash. I used to have a Moleko 616. It was great. Like it was just, like I said, this has been kind of a small budget board. But the wash is a cool pedal. Picked it up used. Really digging the ambient tones from it. It's great for church. And then a Van Amp's Soulmate. And it's been a staple for a long time. Before I got the Benson, it's what I used to run all the time. So it kind of got bumped for an actual tube unit, but it's about as good as you can get. And on my big board, did a redo on it a few years, well, not a few years ago, about a year ago. And it's gone through 100 different iterations. This one's a real small board I built. Comparative, I used to have these big flame maple that I would make. This one was a little bit more minimalist. My old band used to sing the Imperial March every time I came in with my old board. So this is just aluminum rectangle tubing that I fixed whatever the type of slope I wanted on it, and I just pop riveted those in there, and then it's a piece of plywood, and on the front side there is a piece of maple that I have in there that I then fixed a little power strip. I think it's a Furman, the PVC one. And then everything I have gets power conditioned. I have a rack mounted unit, but that I use on live stuff, but this is just in my little small shop. We just barely moved into this house, and I'm sure this was like an old sewing room, but it's kind of become my little bit of everything room. That's that fabric I recovered the back of my Schroeder cab from. And then I have this old Demeter TJ2, another crazy underrated amplifier. Put some new old stock 5881s in it, and it screams, man. It's a killer amp. And then there's the Schroeder DV7 number 24. It's my favorite number, and Tim was nice enough to give me the price of the original 20, but with number 24, it is solid wood, stained box. And you can kind of see it's got, signed by him, and then that's I covered the back. I opened it up. It was a closed back by nature when I got it, and it was seafoam green Tolex. I bought it used. But it's his sidecar. It's got the one on nickel and then the one ceramic speaker in it. But yeah, man, I'm running it's tongue sole, big bottles, a new old stock octal preamp, and then this one is tube rectified. And then there's the new little Benson Tallbird that I'm really digging. Guitars. This is my main one. It's a 59 Jazzmaster. Original body pickups. It does have a later trim on it, but it's still a 60s mastery bridge. And then this little telly that I built when I was in Luther school. And it's gone through a couple different iterations. Right now, the neck I had on it kind of warped on it. And so this is now, be honest with you, it's an all parts neck. It's the big fat C one. It's like a baseball bat, but I love it. I play it in open E. I used to have Lindy Fralins. Now it has Lawlers. I think it has I can't remember which ones it is, but I'm a dealer for Glendale guitars, so it's Glendale Bridge and Saddles. I can't speak enough great stuff about them. And then a little sticker that my 1.5-year-old son just put on it the other day, a jam sticker, which I thought was pretty awesome. Only thing real special about it is really the pickups. I think at school these were all part bodies that we learned how to paint on, and it was one of those guitars that I really hated because it was kind of always a guitar I made all these mistakes on, but it actually has become one of my favorite little guitars. And so then and on my big board, I run into an EP boosters where I come in, go into, it's a Goodrich volume pedal. I used to run Ernie balls all the time, and to be honest with you, I kind of prefer the Ernie balls. This one's great, just haven't really got it figured out like I had those Ernie balls. Then it goes into the RJM PVC, and then what's it called? It goes in the first of my chain it's now the Jex Tellez white pedal. It was a custom paint one from his little charity deal for, I think it was art schools around the San Francisco area. And then a Pettyjohn chime, and then iron. I run them a little bit different than I think a lot of people. I use my chime more as my overdrive, and I use my iron more as my like clean boost, which is I think kind of different than the intended purposes, but they work really well for that. And the white pedal is an incredible pedal. I know you just came out with a new one. I've thought about doing it. It's got red knobs, a little bit smoother. Very awesome clean boost. Can't speak enough about it. It's really cool. But the new ones are supposed to be a little bit milder, a little bit more user friendly. This one, like I said, once it's dialed in, it sounds great. But and then it goes into Crowther Hotcake, which is a really cool pedal. Really love it with lap steel and the Demeter. That was, I recorded some stuff with a guy, and I mean it eats up humbuckers. It does great with the Jazzmaster, but it's a humbucker machine for sure. I have an Asher lap steel that I play in this one band that I'm in, and man, it screams. And then I think it goes to the Fuzz Phrase actually, which is the jam pedals from, I believe, Greece, and it's a killer. I mean, it's I'll play it. And then Fuzz Factory, and then Pog, Micro Pog, and then I think it's the Whammy, and then C2 that I just got. It's supposed to be a Japanese black or green label. I can't remember. It sounds really good though. And then into the Timeline. And all of that is controlled through there. The only thing it's not is the Meteori. And I use it more for the Havoc part of it. It's really great, especially since I got the Tallbird, my reverb stuff kind of all goes through that. So I use it more for the Havoc, for some noisier stuff that we do. But that's the pedal boards that I usually run. And then this, like I said, this kind of becomes my main amp. I used to have a Divided by 13 EDT 1329. It was incredible, but it just never... can never dethrone this guy. And then I have that, and then I have a little Rickenbacker amp that I play through sometimes for small stuff. But this is usually it when I'm gonna haul it someplace. This is kind of the new rig, big board and this stuff. So now I'm gonna try to set it up and play some, give some tones of the amps.